Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always, told how to voice the radio. So today we need to take a look at a rather lovely new Kangaskhan promo card and some other news which is coming out for the Pokemon TCG. Now, Get Info Main have gone and shared this image of Kangaskhan, and it is a promo which is coming out apparently in Pokemon Fan. But I'm going to use a recent Zarude promo as a nice little example here, because what Pokemon have been doing recently is doubling up on these magazine promos. Now, these Korokoro promos used to be just on Korokoro Ichiban, as the name might suggest. And Korokoro Ichiban is a great magazine, but it was a little bit awkward, because issues that did have the Pokemon promo was so much more difficult to actually get hold of because they would sell out super quickly, and ones that didn't have the promo were much easier to get hold of. Well, now what they've gone and done is they've gone and doubled up, so now they will release the same promo in Korokoro Ichiban and in Pokemon Fan, which, to be fair, is actually a magazine that is made by Korokoro Ichiban, so that does make perfect sense. So now you've got two different magazines that have the exact same promo in, and it's made things so much easier. And I love it, ladies and gentlemen. I love it. Because actually, as much as I like Korokoro Ichiban, and I kind of do, Pokemon Fan is a better magazine. Korokoro Ichiban is just a general kind of kids-focused magazine that show you a bunch of cool stuff, whereas Pokemon Fan is kind of every 3 months, and it's, here's the last 3 months of Pokemon. The merch, the anime, the TCG, the games, here is just 3 months worth of Pokemon news in one magazine. It's awesome. So the fact that you now get the promo card in both magazines is great, because firstly, it's way easier to get hold of now, and secondly, you can actually get it in a better magazine, because Pokemon Fan is better than Korokoro Ichiban, and this is just good news for me, frankly. They did it for Zarude, they actually did it for the Pachirisu promo recently as well, which was nice, so I'm just saying it's going to happen for this one as well. I believe it's been confirmed for Fan right now, not for Korokoro Ichiban, but come on. It's happening at this stage, ladies and gentlemen, and I, for one, am absolutely delighted. Also, look at the Zeraora and the Pachirisu. Notice that they've both got the pair of stamps on, and then let's go back to the Kangaskhan, which, oh look, it's got the pair of stamps on. When we first saw the Pachirisu, it was super confusing that it had both stamps, but now it's not super confusing anymore because it's got both stamps, because it's in both magazines. So what does the Kangaskhan actually do? Well, it's got 130 HP, 3 colorless energy, 100 damage is frankly uninspiring, and then single energy, search your deck for a basic Pokemon and put it on the bench. It's not exactly the most exciting attack we've ever seen. I mean, I literally showed you a Phalanx the other day, which searched for 2 basic Pokemon and put them on the bench, and then if you added a second, and that was for colorless energy, and then if you added a second energy, it did 120 next turn. It only had 20 less HP, and it hit a good weakness in fighting. So yeah, it's got a better first attack, and most of the time a better second attack. I know you need to have used the first attack the previous turn, but it does 120 rather than 100, hits weakness, and is 1 less energy. So I think it's fair to say that this Kangaskhan is actually a pretty terrible card, and I'm sorry to say that. It's a cool new promo, and I 100% will be picking up Pokemon Fan. I mean, honestly, I'm going to pick up Pokemon Fan every 3 months because it's a really cool magazine, but it seems like I think they're putting a promo in like every other issue of Pokemon Fan right now, because essentially the most recent one had the Zeraora. The one before that actually had a watch, which was weird. Not a great watch, I'll be honest with you, but I still picked it up. And the one before that had the Pachirisu promo, so I'm just going to pick them all up, honestly, because I think they're all awesome. Good. Good. So that's one cool little news story. Are there any others? Yes, there are. Stella Miracle Gummies. Now, I have told you about this before, in terms of, they get this for every main set. And to be clear, it is only for main sets. So Shrouded, Fable, Night Wanderer over in Japan, that didn't get one of these. It is only main sets that get these. But I'm telling you, these are really cool. I've picked them up in the past. I will pick them up again when I'm in Japan in a couple of weeks' time. I expect to see these rocking around everywhere. And I'd love to tell you I'm not going to be randomly picking these up, but I am. I am definitely going to be randomly picking these up. So what actually are they? Well, they're kind of like pseudo Stella Miracle booster packs, but they've only got one card, but they also have some sweets in. You get yourself a pair of Pokeball Gummies, which are kind of weirdly nice. And then you get yourself one Pokemon card as well. That's what you get. And there are 2 EXs available, 4 uncommon, and 16 common. Now, I think I bought a box of these a while back and actually did an opening on the channel, if I remember correctly. And I believe I got like 1 EX in the box. So it's not exactly great odds here. And we all know the majority of these cards are common, and I'm not going to pretend otherwise. But they're incredibly cheap as just an individual pack. And you do get yourself a chance at an EX while getting yourself some lovely gummies. And look, over in Japan, the gummy market it's strong. There are plenty of gummy sweets available. There are other ones of these you can get. Dragon Ball Heroes, which is a Japanese arcade game with physical cards. There are video games of it in the West, but the actual game itself doesn't really exist over here. That does these packs as well, and I think I picked up one of those in Japan last time I was out there and got a rare card. It was all shiny and lovely, and I felt very happy. Same kind of thing, but instead of 2 Pokeball gummies, you get 1 big Dragon Ball gummy. It's weird, but I love that Japan does stuff like this. I don't expect this kind of stuff to ever make its way out over in Japan. It is not happening. But I just love that you get weird stuff like this over in Japan. It makes me very happy. And sometimes you pick up one of these and you open it up and there's an EX inside and you feel great. They're pretty easy to import off Amazon, honestly. They're not terribly expensive. So I'm just saying, if this seems like the kind of stuff you might be into, it is incredibly cool and it's not particularly difficult to pick up. So, I don't know. Maybe have a look into it. Just putting that out there. Now, if you want some fairly uninspiring news, how about the Pokemon TCG mini portfolio for this quarter? Yeah, it is a mini portfolio which is coming out on the 27th of September, which is 2 days before my birthday. And just a little note to any of my family watching, I don't need this for my birthday. All right? Cool. To be fair, it costs like $5.50 and comes with a booster pack. And I'm going to tell you this, right? As much as this is not a product for me, and it's not, all right? Let's be perfectly candid here. This is not a product for me. It is not a product I particularly want. However, kids love these mini portfolios because they are a very easy size to carry around. And they fit 1 card per page. And they actually work quite nicely. They're not for me, and I think a lot of people aren't going to be going to tournaments with these as their trade binders, so to speak. But I think a lot of other people, a lot of kids are going to really like having these as ones they can take to school and carry around. These are kind of cool for that. So it's like I often say, yeah, there are a lot of people that are going to look at this and be like, don't care, could not be less interested in this. And that's absolutely fine and absolutely valid. But I do think it's worth pointing out that there are other people out there in different demographics for whom this is actually incredibly cool, and I think could come highly recommended. Just putting that out there, ladies and gentlemen. Just putting that out there. The back is Lapras. So front is Greninja, back is Lapras. They've gone for a couple of pretty popular Pokemon. Greninja features in the anime, and Lapras is kind of famous because apparently, I have it on good authority, nobody hates Lapras. So if you do hate Lapras, please make sure you put a comment down in the comment section so we can find the one person that does. So there we go. We've got ourselves a new promo card which is coming, which is quite exciting. We got ourselves some new gummy packs, which I personally like. And a new mini portfolio, which I'm going to skip, but I know other people out there won't, and that's pretty cool as well. But I've told you everything you need to know, so now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about this, tell me your excitement level, tell me what you're thinking about, go nuts in the comment section, but be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. And get shoutouts on the channel, like the lovely Martin Cornwall, who's been a supporter of ours for a long time now, is a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness they've been here since I started the podcast in 2012. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.